Top 8 nutrients that keep your eyes healthy. Have you ever stopped to think about what your eyes really need to stay healthy? Most of us take our vision for granted until it starts to fade. But the truth is, our eyes are incredibly complex organs, and just like the rest of our body, they need the right nutrients to function properly and stay protected over time. When we don't get enough of the right vitamins and antioxidants, it can quietly wear down our vision. Over the years, poor nutrition may increase the risk of age-related eye problems like macular degeneration, cataracts, and dry eye. It's not just about getting older, it's also about what we're missing on our plates. Without the right fuel, our eyes become more vulnerable to oxidative stress, inflammation, and long-term damage. Vitamin A, as the fuel your eyes depend on, not just for seeing clearly during the day, but especially in dim or low light. It's the reason you can make out shapes at night or adjust quickly when you walk into a dark room. But its role goes even deeper. Vitamin A helps maintain the health of your cornea, that clear protective layer at the very front of your eye. The cornea is your eye's first line of defense, and without enough vitamin A, it can become dry, scratched, and more vulnerable to infection. Even more importantly, vitamin A supports the retina, the thin, light-sensitive layer at the back of your eye. This is where light is converted into electrical signals, which your brain interprets as images. Without vitamin A, that signal gets weaker. Vision becomes blurry, and in darker settings, it can feel like you're seeing through fog. That's why a lack of vitamin A can lead to night blindness, a condition where your eyes struggle to adapt when the lights go down. So where can you find this vision-saving nutrient? Vitamin A is packed into familiar everyday foods like carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin spinach eggs, and even animal liver. And if you've heard of beta-carotene, that bright orange pigment in many vegetables, that's the plant-based form your body converts into vitamin A when you need it. Now here's a useful guide. The recommended daily amount of vitamin A for most adults is around 700 to 900 micrograms mcg. And thankfully, you don't need to overthink it, because just one serving of certain foods can go a long way. For example, one medium sweet potato gives you over 1,000 mcg, more than your entire daily need. Half a cup of cooked spinach provides about 570 mcg. A large carrot has around 500 mcg. One egg gives about 75 mcg, and just 3 ounces of beef liver that gives you more than 6,000 mcg, which is why moderation is key with liver. By mixing these foods into your meals, you're not just filling your plate, you're feeding your vision. Lutein and zeaxanthin. You can think of them as built-in sunglasses for your retina. These pigments are naturally found in the back of your eyes, especially in the macula, which controls your central vision. That's the sharp, clear part of your sight you depend on every single day for reading a book, recognizing faces driving down the street, or scrolling through your phone. What makes these nutrients so special is their ability to filter out high-energy blue light, the kind that comes from screens and LED lighting. Too much exposure to this type of light can stress and damage the sensitive cells in your retina over time. But lutein and zeaxanthin absorb that light before it reaches those fragile areas, acting like a protective shield. And they don't stop there. They're also antioxidants, fighting off the free radicals that can slowly break down eye tissue and lead to conditions like macular degeneration. You'll find them in dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens. Also in corn peas, broccoli, and egg yolks, especially from pasture-raised eggs. And the best part, you don't need a huge amount. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach can give you over 20 milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin, combined enough to make a real impact. Try blending greens into a smoothie, tossing them into a stir-fry, or pairing your breakfast eggs with avocado toast. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA and EPA, Most people associate omega-3s with heart health, and yes, they're fantastic for your cardiovascular system. But what many don't realize is that your eyes rely on them just as much. DHA is a structural fat that makes up a large portion of your retina, the part of your eye that captures light and sends signals to your brain. Without enough DHA, the cells in your retina can become stiff, unstable, and less efficient over time. Omega-3s also help lower inflammation, a silent factor that can damage the back of the eye, and contribute to long-term vision problems, including macular degeneration. And if you've ever dealt with dry, irritated, or tired eyes, especially after a long day on your phone or computer, omega-3s may help with that too. They support healthy tear production, which keeps your eyes comfortable and well lubricated. So, where can you get them? The best sources are fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These provide direct, ready-to-use forms of DHA and EPA, the types your eyes need most. For example, just 3 ounces of cooked salmon gives you around 1,200 to 1,500 milligrams of omega-3s. A similar serving of sardines or mackerel provides about 1,000 milligrams depending on the variety. And here's a helpful guideline. Most health experts recommend getting at least 250 to 500 milligrams of combined DHA and EPA per day for general health, and slightly more for vision and brain support. So even just 2 servings of fatty fish per week can more than cover your needs. If you follow a plant-based diet, don't worry, you still have great options. Flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are rich in ALA, another form of omega-3. While your body does need to convert ALA into DHA and EPA, and that conversion is limited, these foods still offer valuable benefits. Let's break it down. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds has about 5,000 milligrams of ALA. 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed gives you roughly 2,300 milligrams, and a handful of walnuts, about 1 ounce, contains around 2,500 milligrams. Even though only a small fraction gets converted into the active forms, these plant-based omega-3s still help lower inflammation and support overall wellness. Most people think of vitamin C as the go-to for boosting immunity, and yes, it's great for that. But what's often overlooked is how vitally important it is for your eyes. Vitamin C acts as a powerful antioxidant. That means it helps protect the delicate tissues in your eyes from being damaged by free radicals, those unstable molecules that speed up aging and increase the risk of eye diseases. But here's something even more impressive. Vitamin C doesn't just fight on its own. It actually helps reactivate other antioxidants like vitamin E, making your body's defense system even stronger. It also plays a key role in producing collagen, the protein that gives structure and strength to your cornea and keeps the tiny blood vessels in your eyes flexible and resilient. Studies suggest that people who get enough vitamin C have a lower risk of developing cataracts, and it may help slow down the progression of age-related macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults. So where does all this goodness come from? You'll find vitamin C in bright, juicy fruits, like oranges, grapefruits, kiwis, strawberries, and tropical picks, like guava. It's also in colorful veggies, like red and yellow bell peppers, which actually contain even more vitamin C than oranges. So how much do you need each day? For most adults, the recommended daily intake is about 75 milligrams for women and 90 milligrams for men. If you smoke or are under chronic stress, your needs might be a bit higher. Now let's break it down. 1 medium orange gives you about 70 milligrams. 1 cup of sliced strawberries has around 85 milligrams. Half a cup of red bell pepper contains roughly 95 milligrams. 1 medium kiwi provides about 65 milligrams. 1 guava, a single fruit, can give you over 125 milligrams, well above your daily target. That means just 1 or 2 servings of these foods a day can easily meet or even exceed your vitamin C, needs no supplements required. It may be small in size, but when it comes to protecting your vision, its role is absolutely essential. One of zinc's most important jobs is helping vitamin A do what it was made to do. You see, vitamin A doesn't just float to your eyes on its own, it needs a carrier. And that's where zinc comes in. Zinc actually transports vitamin A from your liver to your retina, where it helps create melanin, a natural pigment that protects your eyes and supports night vision. And over time, low zinc levels can raise your risk of age-related macular degeneration, a condition that affects your central vision and makes everyday tasks like reading or driving more difficult. So, where can you find this vision-supporting mineral? Oysters are the most concentrated source of zinc. Just 3 ounces, about 6 medium oysters, can give you over 70 milligrams of zinc. That's more than 6 times the daily recommended amount for most adults. And here's a helpful target to remember. The recommended daily intake is about 8 milligrams for women and 11 milligrams for men. Now, if you don't eat shellfish, no problem. You still have plenty of delicious and accessible options. 3 ounces of cooked beef contains around 7 to 9 milligrams of zinc. 3 ounces of roasted chicken thigh offers about 2.5 milligrams. 1 ounce of roasted pumpkin seeds, about a small handful, provides roughly 2 to 3 milligrams. 1 cup of cooked lentils gives around 2.5 milligrams. 1 cup of cooked chickpeas contains about 2 milligrams. As you can see, even if you're not eating oysters or red meat every day, combining a few of these foods throughout your week can easily meet your zinc needs. And when zinc works hand in hand with vitamin A, you're giving your eyes exactly what they need to stay strong, especially as you age. It may be small in size, but when it comes to protecting your vision, its role is absolutely essential. One of zinc's most important jobs is helping vitamin A do what it was made to do. You see, vitamin A doesn't just float to your eyes on its own, it needs a carrier. And that's where zinc comes in. Zinc actually transports vitamin A from your liver to your retina, where it helps create melanin, a natural pigment that protects your eyes and supports night vision. Without enough zinc, your eyes can struggle in low light. That's why night blindness, difficulty seeing clearly in the dark, is one of the earliest signs of zinc deficiency. And over time, low zinc levels can raise your risk of age-related macular degeneration, a condition that affects your central vision and makes everyday tasks like reading or driving more difficult. So, where can you find this vision-supporting mineral? Oysters are the most concentrated source of zinc. Just 3 ounces, about 6 medium oysters, can give you over 70 milligrams of zinc. That's more than 6 times the daily recommended amount for most adults. And here's a helpful target to remember. The recommended daily intake is about 8 milligrams for women and 11 milligrams for men. Now, if you don't eat shellfish, no problem. You still have plenty of delicious and accessible options. 3 ounces of cooked beef contains around 7 to 9 milligrams of zinc. 3 ounces of roasted chicken thigh offers about 2.5 milligrams. 1 ounce of roasted pumpkin seeds, about a small handful, provides roughly 2 to 3 milligrams. 1 cup of cooked lentils gives around 2.5 milligrams. 1 cup of cooked chickpeas contains about 2 milligrams. As you can see, even if you're not eating oysters or red meat every day, combining a few of these foods throughout your week can easily meet your zinc needs. You don't need a lot of it, just micrograms each day. But this humble mineral plays a big role behind the scenes. One of selenium's most important jobs is boosting the power of antioxidants, especially vitamin E, and a key enzyme called glutathione peroxidase. Think of selenium as the behind-the-scenes spark that helps these antioxidants neutralize free radicals, the unstable molecules that speed up aging and damage eye tissues over time. Even though selenium doesn't target the eye directly, like vitamin A or lutein, it strengthens your whole body defense system, creating a healthier internal environment for your eyes to thrive in. Now here's the cool part. You can get your entire daily requirement of selenium from just 1 to 2 Brazil nuts. That's right, just 2 small nuts can deliver more than 100% of the recommended 55 micrograms per day. Other selenium-rich foods include 3 ounces of canned tuna, about 68 micrograms, 1 large egg, around 15 micrograms, 1 to 2 cup of cooked brown rice, roughly 10 micrograms. So, whether it's a handful of nuts, a tuna sandwich, or a warm bowl of oatmeal, these simple choices quietly help shield your vision from long-term oxidative stress. Anthocyanins and other antioxidants found in nature's most colorful foods. These are the natural plant compounds that give blueberries, blackberries, red grapes, and purple cabbage their deep, vibrant hues. But they're more than just eye-catching. They're working behind the scenes to protect one of your most important senses. Anthocyanins help reduce inflammation, boost blood flow, and reinforce the tiny capillaries that nourish the eyes, especially in the retina, where light is converted into the images you see. Studies show they may help slow down retinal degeneration, shield your eyes from oxidative stress, and even improve night vision and contrast sensitivity, which means better visibility when driving at night or reading in low light. You don't need to count milligrams or track supplements. Just focus on eating more naturally colorful foods, especially those in shades of deep purple, blue, and red. Here are some easy ideas. Add a handful of blueberries to your morning oatmeal or smoothie. Toss a few red grapes into your salad, or stir-fry some purple cabbage with garlic and olive oil for a vibrant side dish. Simple choices. Beautiful foods. Health 2660. Thanks you for listening. We'll see you in the next video.